Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I'm preparing for labour and beyond, or labour, birth and beyond, I suppose. That's what I'll say. So I am 37 weeks pregnant, and to be honest, I'm not to the point where I'm like over it yet, but I'm to the point where I'm like wondering like when she's gonna come, like is this a sign of labor? Like I can see when other people were at this stage, I was like, just relax. But now that I'm here, I'm just like, I see like how you feel like this impending excitement and want to know. Obviously you don't know, but yeah, anyways, so I made a few points on my phone. I did not have a great night's sleep, so if I look tired, that is why. So the first thing I put on the top of my list of how I'm preparing is I've been reading a lot, and this is in terms to like what the process of giving birth entails, because I've mentioned this in like a few of my videos. I feel like knowledge is power. If you know what's going on because you've read about it, then you are more likely to feel empowered in the situation rather than not knowing and people are just doing things around you and offering you things and you're just basically a puppet in someone else's situation. So that's how I've been preparing my mind, and also telling my husband as well. And on the note of like knowledge, tonight we're actually doing a breastfeeding course together, which was recommended to me by a friend of the family. Well, not a friend of the family, I don't know, just someone. She recommended it to me, so we're going to do that together tonight. It runs over 2 days, so it's today and then it's Wednesday in the evening, and it's all about breastfeeding and like what to expect and stuff like that. To be honest, I can't be bothered, but I'm not in like I don't want to learn, I just feel so tired. I'm just like I want to go to bed, but I know that it will be beneficial in the long run, so I'm just going to do it. And I'll put the link down below as well, because it's a free breastfeeding course, and from what I've heard it's really good, so yeah. Another thing that I've been doing is exercising. So I've kept on my exercising 3-4 times a week, just as a distraction, but also to prepare my body for labour, and to also just keep myself fit physically. And yeah, it just feels good to still be able to work out and do things even though I'm heavily pregnant. The next thing is, which I think is one of the most important things on this list, is keeping a positive mindset. And I do that by having all the knowledge, which I already mentioned, but also not listening to other people's birth stories. Like, it's so tempting to like watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I have in my early pregnancy, but now that I'm later on, I'm like, I haven't watched any documentaries or anything like that, because everyone's journey is different, and I don't want to create any fear or anything around birth, because why should I fear something that I haven't done before? I just feel like I need to stay positive, just remember all the things that I've been reading about breathing. And if you are in a state of fear, then your body produces adrenaline, and that's not what you need. You need oxytocin to have everything flowing nice, and so you can be nice and relaxed and happy. So I'm basically trying to just keep my circle and my bubble positive and not listen to anyone else's stories or whatever. Like, labour is labour, but it can be an enjoyable and empowering experience, and that's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to stick to. Other things that I've been doing is practicing my breathing. So in my Hypnobirthing book, I don't stick to their breathing, I just do what feels comfortable for me, because I think theirs is like in for 4 and out for 8, but I just find that unnatural. So I just go And that's not out for 8, but it's just what's natural for me, and I get my husband to do it with me as well, which is so funny. So I've been practicing my breathing. Every time I get like an ache or twinge or whatever, I do that. But also just, you know, just sitting down, I'm like and yeah, just focusing on your breathing just centers you, helps you to be relaxed, and releases all the tension from the body. I've also spent a lot of time on my ball. I feel like every time I record a video I am on the ball, but I am on it and bouncing, moving my hips, trying to keep everything nice and mobile, stretching, just to keep things mobile. The baby's head is super low. This morning I woke up and I was like, wow, okay, it feels like the head is literally like about to fall out. Like, I haven't felt that before, but this morning I was like, wow. So yeah, what else have I been doing? I've been doing perineal massage, and just look it up. That's all I'll say, just look it up if you don't know what it is. But for me, there's so many things that people say that you can like do to prepare your body or to induce labor or do all these things. This is the only thing for me that I feel has a scientific base to it, because with perineal massage you're stretching the perineum, and the hope is to reduce tearing when the baby's head is crowning and the rest of the body's coming out. And it makes sense, because with any muscle, if you stretch it over time, then it's able to become more elastic and more pliable. So it makes sense that if you massage your perineum over a number of weeks, that it's going to become more pliable, more flexible, more elastic. So hopefully I won't have any tearing, or if I do, it will be minimal, but we'll see. I've heard a lot of people say that it does work. There's lots of other things out there, like I think there's something called an Epino, but that's like super expensive. Perineal massage is relatively free. You just need an oil and you massage it. I will say that the best way is, for me, that I found, is on the toilet. If you sit on the toilet and you do it, it's easier. Like, I was having my husband do it, but it's just so uncomfortable to lay on my back or lay propped up and then him do it. I know this is probably TMI, but we're talking pregnancy here. So I would say the best way to do it is to do it yourself on the toilet, because when you're heavy, like, it's too much. So yeah, I would recommend doing it on the toilet. What else? So I've been, in terms of like things to induce labor and whatever, I'm trying my hardest to stay away from that, even though I have like done a few researching things to see, but I'm trying my hardest to stay away from that. And that's what I mean by mindset. Like, the baby will come when the baby is ready. All the things that people say that induce labor are all anecdotal, which means it's a story told by them. It worked for their body. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for your body. And also, the baby will come when it's ready. Like, there's a whole chemical and scientific process that the body has to go through for labor to start. So, and everyone's labor starts differently. So yeah, I'm just trying to not induce, but things that I have been doing. I've been drinking raspberry leaf tea. And apparently you're meant to build, raspberry leaf tea doesn't help to induce labor. Basically it helps, I think it helps to either dilate the cervix quicker, or it helps the contractions to be stronger, which means your cervix dilates quicker. And you're meant to build it up, but I've just been drinking 1 cup a day, but you're meant to do, like, go up to 3 cups a day. But honestly, I'm just like, I remember I increased to 2 cups a day, and then I was peeing on top of the already peeing that I'm doing. I was peeing so much, I was like, nah, this isn't for me. But yesterday I drank 2 cups. Today I'm gonna have 2 cups, but I don't think I'll go up to 3, because again, the body knows exactly what to do. So I'm doing it because when I feel like, but I'm not doing it like regimented, because I just can't be bothered. I feel kind of out of breath, but the baby has literally been kicking me. Like, the legs have been up right here. Honestly, she's getting heavy, very heavy now. I wonder how much she weighs. Anyways, we're nearly there, so I think I'm nearly finished talking about what I am talking about in this video. Next thing that I have read about online, that is eating dates. I don't know what eating dates like does, the science behind that is. I can't remember. But I'm sure if you're a mum and you're watching this, you've probably already researched these things, especially if you're late in labour. I have been having dates, but just one a day in a smoothie, and that's not to like induce labour or whatever, that's to make sure that I don't get constipated, which is common in late pregnancy or throughout pregnancy in general. So I have a smoothie with a date, banana, some coconut milk, oats, peanut butter and agave nectar, and that keeps everything flowing because you don't want to be constipated. I think people say that they like eat 6 dates a day, and that is not healthy because that for me is not perception of healthiness, because one date has like nearly 30 grams of sugar in it. So if you eat 6 dates a day, like that's just excessive, and you'll probably be on the toilet loads, and it's just too much sugar. So I just have one in a smoothie, and that's enough for me just to keep my bowels going. But for some women it works if they want to induce labour, but I'm just saying, like, I have dates but not to do with labour, just to keep my body from not being constipated basically. So I think in my last video I mentioned, which was what's in my hospital bag, that everything's ready. So that's how I'm preparing. Everything's ready. I also tested out that I have got the TENS machine ready. It's next to the bed, so if I wake up in the night or labour may start in the day, I can just hook it up, get it ready to go. And I've also downloaded the Freya app. It's not free, however lots of people have said that it's really good, but you can get like a free contractions app. I've got the free contractions app. I've also got the Freya app. When you open it, simple like this. Head and face relaxation. So basically you can like time your contractions on there, but Freya also talks to you and reminds you to breathe through your contractions and keeps you nice and relaxed. So that's what I need during that time. I just want to be in the zone where I'm relaxed and just that's what I envision for our birth. And I say our birth because it's my husband's birth as well, because he's gonna be there. And little baby, nearly said her name there for a second. And yeah, I think that's it. So for afterbirth, I think I might make just a different video. I do have a few things that I've downloaded or bought that I think will help me after birth. But yeah, I think I'll make a separate video for that. This may be my last video before giving birth, because I don't have anything else to talk about. I feel like I've talked about everything else up until this time. I was going to do a nursery tour, but I think you can see the nursery basically, but I was going to show you where everything's from and stuff, but I think I'm just going to not do that. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I'll leave links down below to like the breastfeeding course, again my hypnobirthing book, and what else did I mention? I think that's it. The TENS machine, I left a link in my last video if you haven't seen that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and maybe the next video I make will be like my birth story, who knows. Bye.